We're going to construct this folio using an ATG or tape runner. If you're using liquid glue, be sure to check out video number 1. And if you're using double-sided tape, be sure to check out video number 2. If you like this video, hit that like button and share and subscribe. Okay, this one I am going to put together with my ATG gun. This is a really popular tool. Most of y'all probably have it. And when I pulled out these papers, I checked the core on these, and these are white core, so I went ahead and inked up the spine piece and the closure around the edges with evergreen bough. That was a pretty good match for this paper. So we're gonna start trying, just like we did with the double-sided tape, to get as close to the edge as possible. You won't have as much control with the ATG as you do with double-sided tape, but ATG does have the advantage of being much faster and not having any release paper. Okay, for some reason when I was trimming these, I was thinking I needed 8.5 by 8.5, but at least I trimmed it too big and not too small. Always better to err on the size of too large than too small in this case. And I've heard that the ATG tape, I forget the name of the supplier, All Tape or something or other. I've heard that they don't sell the ATG tape on Amazon, but I found it on Amazon. I'll include a link to what I found. It's worked just fine in my, this is like the 3rd or 4th roll that I've used. I haven't had any issues at all. Alright, we're going to run the ATG right along the inside of the chipboard and then right along the edge of the cardstock. Press that over. That way the chipboard will grab right here and the paper will be held right here where it meets the chipboard, and it'll also be held along the edge because we don't want that edge to be loose. One thing about this tape that does tend to be like a little more fibrous than other tapes, so sometimes you have to watch for little fibers of adhesive sticking off the end. I'm not even sure if that's a thing with tape, but considering the fact that this is archival quality tape and it's $5.99 for 2 rolls or something like that, I'll deal with having to fight with the fibers. It's not even really much of a fight, I just tuck them in. Alright, we got the covers all sealed up and inked up. I'm going to attach the spine chipboard to the spine wrap. This is not perfectly centered, but that's okay. And in this case, that ATG is going to take up most of, yeah, I can get pretty good coverage there. And like with the double-sided tape, there will be no opportunity to move this around, wiggle it, or anything like that once it's laid down, so it's important to get that right the first time. And before we go any farther, I'm going to adhere the closure. Again, we are scoring at 5.5 and 5 inches. Going to line it up just a little bit above the bottom edge, centered as much as we can on the book. Burnish that down. And now we're going to lay down the inside cover. Again, this is the piece that has an upside down and a right side up, so we want to make sure that we lay this down on their right side up. With this adhesive, I usually do have a little teeny bit of wiggle room. So I'm going to set that aside, and I'm going to go over, kind of like we did with the double-sided tape. I'm going to go over this really good. I'm also going to go over by the score marks really good, because I don't want it to buckle when we go to fold it. Okay, let's make sure we've got this right side up. And again, I'm gonna hover over as close to this as I can without actually laying it down, to kind of make sure it's centered. That looks pretty good. Just press that down. And over, and we are going to lay down the covers. This is the front cover, the back cover, and naturally I grabbed a piece that's going a different direction. You know what, that might actually look okay. Is that the inside paper doesn't seem to be buckling. However, I did hear the paper crack, so I'm gonna have to ink that. Not surprised, I was expecting to do that. So the ATG didn't hold up as well as a double-sided tape or the liquid glue, especially at the stress points. The trade-off was that it went a lot faster than the other two. So make of that what you will. If you're using liquid glue, don't forget to check out video number 1. If you're using double-sided tape, be sure to check out video number 2. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Next week, we're going to fill out the inside.